Why do men like David Goggins never quit? What drives them to push through pain, exhaustion, and overwhelming obstacles while the rest of us tap out? David Goggins, the former Navy SEAL and ultra-endurance athlete, is a living legend of mental toughness. He's run over 200-mile races, broken pull-up records, and completed some of the hardest challenges on Earth. But it's not just his physical accomplishments that make him extraordinary. It's the relentless mindset behind them. Today, we're breaking down Goggins' secrets to mental toughness and how you can use his strategies to become unstoppable in your own life. Stick around until the end, because I'll share a powerful Goggins-inspired technique to build resilience and face any challenge head-on. Welcome to Chad Guys, the brotherhood for men who want to master mental strength, overcome obstacles, and live life without excuses. If you're ready to become the toughest version of yourself, hit that subscribe button and join the Chad Guys Army. Let's get into it. Reason number 1, embrace the suffering. David Goggins is famous for his embrace the suck mentality. Instead of avoiding pain, he runs straight into it, knowing that suffering is where true growth happens. He's completed grueling challenges, like running 100 miles in 24 hours and enduring brutal Navy SEAL hell weeks. For Goggins, suffering isn't something to fear, it's something to welcome. He believes that pushing through discomfort is what separates the strong from the weak. Bro tip: stop running from discomfort. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Whether it's waking up early to work out, taking on a difficult project at work, or having that tough conversation you have been avoiding, learn to embrace the challenges. Goggins says you have to build calluses on your brain, just like you build calluses on your hands. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the stronger you become mentally. Instead of looking for shortcuts, do hard things on purpose. If it's raining, go for that run anyway. If you're tired, show up to the gym and give it your all. The more you train yourself to push through pain, the more resilient you'll become. Embracing the suffering isn't about being a masochist. It's about preparing yourself to handle anything life throws at you. David Goggins thrives on suffering because he knows that's where the magic happens. Reason number 2, build your cookie jar. One of Goggins' most powerful mental techniques is his cookie jar method. This is a mental reservoir of past accomplishments and moments when he overcame obstacles. When he's facing a brutal challenge and his mind is telling him to quit, he reaches into his cookie jar and reminds himself of everything he's already survived and conquered. This fuels him to keep going, no matter how tough it gets. Bro tip: create your own cookie jar of victories. Start keeping track of moments in your life when you overcame something difficult. Maybe it was a time you pushed through a brutal workout, got through a painful breakup, or finished a huge project against all odds. Write these victories down, and when you're in the middle of something hard, pull one out and remind yourself that you're stronger than you think. The cookie jar isn't about living in the past. It's about using your past wins to fuel your future successes. Goggins has run races with broken feet and made it through some of the toughest military training in the world by tapping into this mental reservoir. You have your own wins. Use them to remind yourself that quitting isn't an option. Reason number 3, call yourself out on your excuses. Goggins doesn't sugarcoat anything, especially when it comes to himself. He's brutally honest about his shortcomings and calls himself out when he's being weak. This radical self-accountability is what keeps him pushing forward. Most people let themselves off the hook when things get hard, but Goggins holds himself to an unrelenting standard. Bro tip: be brutally honest with yourself. When you're tempted to quit or make an excuse, ask yourself, am I really giving it my all? Am I making an excuse to feel comfortable? Or am I doing everything I can to achieve my goals? Don't let yourself off the hook so easily. Call yourself out and hold yourself accountable. This kind of honesty is tough, but it's the only way to grow. Goggins often says that most people only tap into 40% of their potential. When you feel like you've hit your limit, you've probably only used a fraction of what you're capable of. Push past the mental barriers and don't allow yourself to be mediocre. If you're serious about becoming an alpha male, you have to stop lying to yourself and start pushing for greatness. Reason number 4, develop a never-finished mindset. Even after breaking records and achieving what most people can't even dream of, David Goggins never considers himself finished. He believes there's always more to learn, more to achieve, and more ways to push himself. This mindset keeps him constantly evolving and striving for greatness. He's never satisfied because he knows that the journey to self-mastery never truly ends. Bro tip, stay hungry for growth. No matter how much success you've achieved, never become complacent. Always look for ways to improve and push your limits. The moment you think you've made it is the moment you start to decline. Set new goals, challenge yourself, and keep striving to be better every day. This never-finished mentality will keep you sharp and driven. Goggins has completed countless ultramarathons, written a best-selling book, and inspired millions. But he's still not done. He believes in continuously challenging himself and staying on the grind. If you want to adopt this mindset, stop thinking of your achievements as the end game. View them as stepping stones toward an even greater version of yourself. The moment you stop growing is the moment you stop living. Reason number 5, use the accountability mirror. One of Goggins' toughest yet most effective practices is his accountability mirror. He used to write down all the harsh truths about himself on sticky notes and place them on his mirror. Every day he'd look at his reflection and confront these truths head on. This forced him to take ownership of his weaknesses and commit to making real changes. Bro tip, use your own accountability mirror. Take a hard look at yourself and write down the things you need to change. Maybe you're not disciplined enough, or you let fear hold you back, or you procrastinate on important goals. Put these truths somewhere, you'll see them every day, and use them as motivation to get better. Being honest with yourself is painful, but it's necessary if you want to grow. The accountability mirror isn't about shaming yourself. It's about being real and making a commitment to improve. Goggins used this method to transform from an overweight, insecure man into one of the toughest people on the planet. If he can do it, so can you. Confront your weaknesses and then work relentlessly to turn them into strengths. Bonus tip, develop your calloused mind. Just as lifting weights builds calluses on your hands, repeatedly pushing through mental pain builds what Goggins calls a calloused mind. Every time you endure discomfort or face a tough situation and refuse to quit, you're adding layers of mental strength. Over time, this makes you nearly unbreakable. Bro tip, seek out discomfort regularly. Put yourself in situations that test your limits. It could be waking up early for a brutal workout, taking on a project that scares you, or doing something you've never done before. The more you expose yourself to difficult situations, the tougher your mind will become. Goggins built his calloused mind through years of pushing himself beyond his perceived limits, and you can do the same. So why do men like David Goggins never quit? It's because they embrace suffering, use their cookie jar of victories, call themselves out on their excuses, adopt a never-finish mindset, and confront their weaknesses daily. Mental toughness is a skill you can develop, and it starts with challenging yourself, being honest, and refusing to settle for less. Before you go, hit that subscribe button and join the Chad Guys Army. We're here to help you build unbreakable mental strength, conquer your goals, and live life with no excuses. Stick with us, and you'll learn how to channel your inner Goggins and become unstoppable. The Chad Guys Brotherhood is about rising to the top. See you in the next one.